Hello, everybody. Now we're going to give it a few minutes, let everybody get in here before we get too excited. We're just going to do a midday live stream. Say how all of you wonderful people would. All right. If you guys catch us on the replay, just remember to give us some time until everybody gets in here. But go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe button, share button, the alert bell. All of the important things that you need to do for us. Oh man, it's warming up a little bit, but still 35 degrees out. Freezing temperature and weather here. It's lucky if I survived the winter. And the winter just started. Bring the camera down a tiny bit there. Ooh. We ran out and got some lunch today. The wife got pork patai, if I remember right. She said it was okie dokie. Was it okie dokie? Wife says the pork patai was okie dokie. I had some crab ragoon, the appetizer. That's more than enough for me for lunch. Our little doggies, Daisy and Lily, is eating their lunch and a treat. And now our little doggies, Daisy and Lily, is eating their lunch. The fat Lily, the red one, is on her little bed below the couch here, ready to sleep. Daisy, the little black one, is sitting there on the couch, looking like she's about ready to pass out. Let's see if I can show you just a picture of Daisy. There's Daisy. And like, yeah, I'm ready to go to sleep. I'll take a nap in a minute. We hope everybody's doing well. We do. We hope everybody's doing well. Make sure you give a thumbs up as you come in. Gen 5 says something like, who dissed Talking Beanbag? I have no clue who you are. But if you want to be a Talking Beanbag, it's okay in our world. We don't mind. We accept everybody here. So if you think you're a Talking Beanbag, oh, okay, you know. We believe people can identify as anything they want to identify as. And if that's what you want to identify as, you just go right ahead, all right? So, Double Rose, hey, how are you guys? Thank you for being here. Hillbilly in Asia is saying hello to Lorelei. Lorelai's taking a quick nap before she goes to work in a little bit. But Hillbilly in Asia, thank you for being here. Double Rose, we really appreciate you guys. Lily says he's calling you a beanbag. Oh, well, that's all right. I like beanbags. I used to have one when I was a kid. So we don't have any anymore, but, you know, do they even make beanbags still? Yeah. I don't mind. Lily, so everybody, thank you for being here. Thank you all for the thumbs up. We got 17 people watching. How are y'all's day going? Double Rose, how are things for you? Hillbilly, how are things? All right, Hillbilly in Asia says 2 more years and legally retired. I like the fact that you put legally in there. You know, that's an important one. That's important. So, but I'm happy that you're retired or going to get to retire. I think everybody ought to look for retirement. I just hope retirement is what you hope it is. Not very good. Well, sorry to hear that. Hopefully your day will get better. We're doing good. Huh?
Not as good as somebody's telling beanbag.
Oh, I don't know, Lorelai.
It's not very good that somebody telling them someone's beanbag.
Oh, not very good. All right. Double Rose, we're doing good. Thanks. And you, we're doing good. We're having a good day so far. Tom's asking, are you live in the Philippines? No, we're live in America. We're in America currently. Oh, there's Dennis dropping some memberships again. I was just talking to Dennis a few minutes ago. It won't, my mom passed from cancer last night. Sorry to hear that. Dennis, our good friend Dennis, a very kind man, has just gifted 20 memberships. So Stephanie, Huck, the Morris family, Hillbilly in Asia, Lorelei, your wife has a baby soon. She's watching for her due date from now. I'm confused, Hillbilly.
His name, the wife is Lori.
Oh, your wife's name is Lori. Okay, my wife is helping me translate English.
Has a baby son.
Congratulations on the baby coming soon, December the 21st. Baby, you'll have a Christmas baby. Double Rose says condolences for losing your family member. And I'm sure she's going to say congratulations to the baby coming on December the 21st. Man, that's exciting news.
Yeah, Dennis just get 20.
And 20 new members to our channel, thanks to Dennis. Thank you once again for that.
What's his name again? The corporate, whatever.
Which one?
CEO.
Hmm?
Dennis name, CEO.
Right there. Oh yeah, Dennis is the CEO of membership. He's the chief executive officer of all the members on our YouTube channel. He's the boss man of members. My wife is Grace. She sent pictures to your Facebook, Lorelei. Okay, Lorelei's going to be checking it.
I know.
Hillbilly in Asia, huh?
Where did you send it? The Philippine American couple?
So where did she send it to? The Philippine American couple page? We'll check it. We're really interested in see what's going on, Hillbilly. Lorelei's checking. We have the Philippine American couple page and stuff, and so we kind of got to get in there and look. So your wife's name is Grace, but you guys are having a baby. You're going to have a baby 2 years before you retire, so that's exciting for you.
Oh, I don't know. Where did he send?
Do you know where she sent it to? Hillbilly, do you know where she sent them
I
to?
don't see the Philippine American couple.
Huh?
I don't see any picture. Oh, Michael, what's his name? Michael?
Lorelei's looking. She's having 30 minutes between pains today. All right. So that's getting, I don't know anything. Huh?
What's the name?
His wife's name is Grace. We're trying to find it, Hillbilly.
No, I don't
Do you know
see any.
where she sent it to?
Facebook Messenger or posted on Facebook? That's a different story.
Yeah. Did she send it to Lorelei via our messenger, or did she just post it? She's from Pasaka and Kamshu?
I don't know.
Lorelei's not familiar with that area. Which main island is it on, or which region is it? But we're looking for the pictures. We'll try to keep finding them, Hillbilly.
But it's not sent.
Huh?
It's not sent in Facebook Messenger.
We didn't receive anything on the Philippine American couple page through Messenger, so we didn't see it there. Oh, Naga City. Okay. Nice. So how are you liking that area? Are you excited to be having the baby come in any moment? Are you prepared for the baby to come any moment? Now, I don't know anything about babies, to be honest, or pregnancy. So I don't know if 30 minutes between pain cycles is getting close or not, to be honest. I really don't know anything about pregnancies. So, but it's exciting for you. We appreciate you sharing that with us. We really do. In Kentucky, USA, working. Oh yeah, you're in it. You're still in Kentucky, if I remember right. Yes, that's right. You're telling me that. Working at the Amazon facility. 2 more years and you're retired officially. Yeah, we have a couple other friends that work at the Amazon warehouses throughout the nation too, who are married to Filipinos and have kids, believe it or not. But their wives are here, luckily for them. Their wives are here. Do you have, when's your next trip, Hillbilly, to the Philippines? Do you have one planned yet? Are you going to be able to be ready for the baby? I mean, are you going to get to be there at all over Christmas? Or I know Christmas time is a busy, busy time for Amazon. You get to go after Christmas? All right. Because I know FedEx, Amazon, all these logistics companies during the holidays are super, super busy. And they don't want anybody to be leaving before Christmas. So, that's right. Peak season, no vacation, not allowed. I gotcha. So how do you like working for Amazon overall, though? I know you're ready to retire. You're getting close. And then you're going to move there, right? That's what your big plan is, right? As soon as you retire legally, you're going to pack the bags and go poof. And we know a lot of guys that are doing that. We have a lot of friends that are just waiting, for their retirement thing, so they get all their full money, their full investments, and they're able to do it. So, all things preppy in the house. Hello to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. All things preppy. How are you? What's going on in your world today? It is chilly in my part of the world. It's still only 35 degrees. When I got up this morning, it was 27. So it's not going to get very warm today. But I am ready for winter to be over with. It just started, and I'm ready for it to be over with. All things says I am doing good. Everybody, Hillbilly, if you got time, and everybody say hello to each other. And subscribe to each other's channels if you have channels going on. So, waiting for it to snow. Whoa. Can I ask what part of the world you're in? You don't give me your address or anything. Just tell me geographically where you're located. Because we don't want snow. We're going to get some snow probably in January, February, March, off and on. Okay, so you're in Kentucky. Okay, all right. Bill Clinton says hello. How are you, Bill Clinton? Thank you for being here. Yeah, Kentucky's not too far from us. You guys are on the same line. You're just further east than us. We're in Arkansas, so we don't want the snow. We don't want it. Bill Clinton says hello to everybody. Everybody say hello to Bill Clinton. Hey, Bill, I don't know if you remember, but when I was in the 9th grade and you came to our junior high school, you promised to give me a job when you became the president. And that never happened. So I think you still owe me, a little something, something, something. Because I remember when you promised me that I could have a job in your White House. But Kentucky's a beautiful state. I like Kentucky. I like the rolling hills of Kentucky, the green, green grass. Tennessee's a beautiful state too, so. Well, I don't know. I guess most of the states in the South are nice. I just don't like the states up north. I'm not a big fan of the Northeast, which is getting a lot of lake effect snow and blizzards today. I was seeing on the news, Minnesota. I guess they're getting a bunch of bad weather today, which they deserve it because they're too far north. But it's exciting. But yeah, I'm glad you like winter because me don't like winter too much at all. At all. But we usually get snow in this winter spring, meaning towards the end of winter, we get those big storms that if it was 10 degrees warmer, would just be a big thunderstorm, rainstorm. But if it drops 10 degrees one way or the other, because we're right around that 40 degrees, 45 degrees mark usually, you wake up, instead of having just a bunch of rain and lightning and thunder, you get a whole bunch of snow. And we can get 2 feet to 3 feet of snow in a heartbeat. The good thing, it usually doesn't stay around but 3 or 4 days max. So that's what we do. And of course, probably where you're at too, because you guys got a lot of hills in Kentucky like we do. We're in the northern part of the state, so we're up in the Ozarks. and it's pretty hilly here. And we have a lot of people that panic and just stay home for weeks because they're worried about the weather. We're not excited. We're not ready for it. We went out in the cold weather the other day, looked at Christmas lights. We did that, and it wasn't that cold. It was in the upper 20s, but man, it was bad. Lorelai, Hillbilly says, friends on your regular Facebook.
They don't put in. They don't send in Messenger. They posted in their Facebook.
Probably posted it on Facebook.
What's his name on Facebook?
So, Hillbilly, so did she just post it on Facebook, or did she send them to us in Messenger? And what name is she going by on Facebook?
No, they posted in Facebook, not in Messenger.
Okay, her name's Grace, of course. Her name's Grace.
What's your Facebook name?
Okay, you're going to send it in Messenger when the baby's born.
Oh, in December.
All right, that'd be exciting. We'd like to see the baby, absolutely. We appreciate you sharing that with us, Billy, really do.
Is that a son or a...
Well, yeah, do you know what sex it is? Is it a boy? Is it a girl? Are you going to name it David after me? I mean, I don't blame you for wanting to name it David after me. So, that happens a lot on this channel. People have babies all the time and say, we're going to name him David, Like, all right, well, that sounds good to me. So, do you have a baby name already picked out?
You're hungry, huh?
So this is going to be the first daughter. She has 2 boys. So she has 2 boys now, and this is going to be a daughter. All right. So maybe David's not an appropriate name. How about Lorelai? You can name the baby Lorelai.
No, tell them that they're...
Why? Lorelai's being shy now. I think Lorelai's a good baby name. It came out of the Philippines, so it has to be somewhat important.
No, they're German name.
Oh, sorry. Apparently Lorelai's a German name. My name's German. How would I know
He's
that?
a mermaid on that tree, on that thing that seduced the fisherman. Remember those?
No,
You forget the story of Lorelai?
I never knew it. I knew there was a
There's
song.
a song. It's not a good song.
2 boys from a local Pinoy had 2 different fathers. Left her
Usually
there.
Lorelai is a good girl.
Huh?
Usually Lorelai's name is a very good girl.
Yeah, usually the women named Lorelai turn out to be really good. Well, Hillbilly, that's a common story, to be honest, in the Philippines. And, I mean, it's really common. Did she, if I could pry a tiny bit, did she marry or stay single? Well, I guess you said your wife, so you're married, I'm assuming. Legally married, Because as we all know, the Philippines don't divorce, but they're working on making divorce legal. But that's so very common in the Philippines. It's sad, but it is. I mean, I can't tell you how many people we know that, the guys in the Philippine men don't know how to be men. I will say, I don't think Filipino men know how to be good men. Yeah, that's what I mean, Hillbilly. It's very common. They get a girl pregnant, then they run off and find another girl. They get that girl pregnant, run off and go find a different girl. What's funny to me is I don't know why the girls put up with these guys. Yeah, obviously he probably doesn't work, or if he does, he just brings in a little bit of money, and all he's doing is baby mama hopping. So I don't know why Filipinas put up with it. The only good thing, and I tell a lot of young Filipinas that we talk to, don't get married, no matter what. Thank you all for being here. We got 11 watching, 7 thumbs up, so drop us some more thumbs up and come into the chat and join us. Let us know who's in the background. But I tell the young girls, don't get married. Wait until you get married. Now, if you find a boyfriend and you're living together, hey, that's one thing. But don't get married, because getting married in the Philippines eliminates your options. That's why she never dates the locals, yeah. And what I think a lot of Filipina women like about us American men, we take on responsibility. We are responsible for the most part. That if we say, we do what we're going to say. You know, we don't abandon children, as much as the Filipino men. We will earn a living and support and help and be there. And a lot of American men like having families. They like having wives and children. So American men are a really good fit for Filipino women, because Filipino women, a lot of times, they want to be in a relationship. They want to have kids. They want to be a wife. They may want to work and have a job and do all that stuff too. So it's a good fit. The Filipino men seem like all they want to do is sit around and drink and gamble and not really put forth much effort into anything. So yeah, my wife wasn't into dating Filipino boys either, or men or young men, whatever you want to call them. My wife wouldn't date them either. She knew wasn't going to go anywhere. I built a business, clothes, sari store, and a new cafe. Nice. So you're given the resources to make some money, to take care of herself, and then when you get there, you guys have kind of a business industry to go. And I think that's really, really important, guys. You need to, if you go to the Philippines to live, you need to have something to do. You can't just sit around and do nothing. You got to have a project. You got to have something to do. Otherwise, I think most American men, except for the drunks, we know a lot of drunk American men and Germans and Australians and men from other countries who go to the Philippines just to be drunks, and they're okay doing nothing. She was sleeping on the floor, no money, due to the ex-boyfriend was on drugs. Yeah. It can be a tough, tough life. And a lot of people don't realize how tough it can be in the Philippines for the women. You've been there, right? And I know you have. I know that you've seen the environment. It can be tough. It can be tough. I tell people that I believe the Filipino people are very resourceful. They're able to take care of themselves. They're able to do a lot on a little. And Americans, we can't. We're not used to that. But yeah, it amazes me how a lot of them have to find just a little room in a boarding house, a small room the size of one of our master closets in America. And that's where they live. They have a communal bathroom. And, they have a little bamboo mat or a little mat on the floor and a sheet and a pillow and a few little cooking things, a hot pot, if they get lucky to have a little electricity in their room. So it's hard life. And those are the lucky ones. Yeah. She had no running water, showers, or bathroom. Rolling my eyes, wash clothes out of a bucket. Yeah. Well, we kind of went through that when we went through Typhoon Odette. So we didn't have any. So we got a good taste of authentic Filipino, poor authentic Filipino life when we went through a Typhoon Odette. But yeah, but they're resourceful. They will figure it out. They need clean clothes. They figure out how to wash them. They do the best they can with what they got. And I think that's something that they should be recognized for and to be supported for and cheered for. So you built her a house with the front sari store. Nice. So you're doing good, buddy. So I'm sure you're very excited to get those next 2 years in so you can get out of here, huh? That's good news. So I'm assuming that as soon as you retire from Amazon, you're going to go live there full time, is what I'm assuming, right? It's a good thing. You enjoy your time there, you be with the kids. The beach is only a 10-minute walk from the house. There you go. That'd be nice. If you're into fishing, that might be a good thing. You know, fish American style in the Philippines, not the Philippine style. I think you'd have more fun. And I'm sure you're working on, I know other guys that are working on their finances and their financial planning so that when they get their Social Security or their retirement money is squared away. So there's a lot to do for guys that retire in the Philippines if they have any assets or money in America. Yeah, her family lives in a compound in a village. Yeah, yeah. So is her family close to where she lives? And does she have a relationship with the family?
Yeah, because they live in a compound.
Yeah, her family live in a compound in a village. But he doesn't say she lives in the village. Is she living in the same compound with the family? It kind of sounds like she's on her own.
See, they live next to each other.
Ah, okay, nice. I got you. I get it now. Which I don't think is a bad thing. You know, I don't know if Americans, if we could live in a compound with our families, I don't think we could do it.
There's civil war.
It would, yeah. There would be a whole lot of police called to the compound, right? There'd be a whole lot of murder, mayhem. Could you imagine if a big American family all had to live in the same compound? Holy crap. Jesus Christ, it would be a nightmare. But that's all right, right? You know, what are you going to do? I do think it's interesting how they live in compounds. Brothers, 3 of them live in, and the father and mother on the same 5K square meter lot, 5,000 square meter lot. Is that real big, Lorelai? 5,000 square meters? I don't remember how much land we have in the Philippines. We bought land when we were there. We don't know what we're going to do with it, but we bought land while we were there. I don't remember.
5,000 square meters.
Huh?
That's big.
Lorelai says 5,000 square meters is pretty good size.
Yeah, 400 is already big.
So that way you can have they can have a garden if they want, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Yeah.
Because maximum of the decent house there's 200
Right, that's right.
square foot.
So that's good. Are they living in hollow brick houses? Are they doing the Nipa huts where they are? I would like to have a Nipa hut in America. I watched the YouTube videos of these guys making the bamboo Nipa huts and how they deliver them in the Philippines.
It's cheaper on the
Huh?
buildings.
I would really like to have one in America to put in my backyard. You know, wouldn't that be cool to be able to put, you know, you don't need a gigantic one, but, you know, a Nipa hut and you could turn it into your outdoor patio party area.
We cannot do that in the city.
Her younger sister's in college, going for a CPA. Nice. That's a good job. Lorelai has a family member who's a CPA who travels the world.
She's an Australian, Singapore, and Philippines CPA.
Huh?
Former.
Yeah.
She got an Australia CPA.
So he's been to Australia as a CPA, Singapore, and Hong Kong.
She's a licensed
He's licensed in
free country.
he's licensed in 3 different countries, so he goes to those different countries and makes money. Yeah, tell her don't date men, don't date Filipino men, stay single, get a foreigner, have a better life. You know, we try to convince a lot of the young girls that we know, get a degree in nursing, pass the American boards, and come to America and be a nurse, and find a guy to marry here in America, versus the Philippines. And we know a lot of Filipino nurses in America. But yeah, we have a cousin who is licensed internationally in 3 or 4 different countries. And he makes really good money and has a really nice home and takes care of his dad and everything. So he's a good kid. Well, Hillbilly, you know how it is. If she wants to find an American man It's really not that hard. The problem is finding a good American man. What kind of American man does she want? I know somebody out in California that I consider to be a very good friend, who's a great guy, who's always happy to meet new Filipinos. He knows the culture well. He's a really good guy. He's one of, he's a good dude. I think he's in his 40s, by the way. Yeah, I understand. So I can hook you up with my friend James on Facebook. His name's James Robinson. He's on our Facebook page. He's a good friend. Uh, he's happy to meet new girls. And he's smart, well-mannered, well-behaved, good guy. So she's going to work as a CPA here in the U.S. Nice. And we knew one other person that was going to come to the U.S. to do some work. And I guess it's not easy, but if you get a company to sponsor you and they hire you, then they can bring you over. What we tell the young people about becoming a nurse is as soon as you become a nurse in America, you get a green card. So you're considered a permanent resident. If you're on another type of work visa, you don't get a permanent residency. We know people that are teachers. Now they're on a 3-year contract, a 3-year visa, a work visa. So I'm not for sure about the CPA, but I'm assuming it's going to be very similar to that. But we know there's men everywhere looking for Filipinas. My wife, 26, when she went back to college to be a nurse, good. Yeah, I know. That's kind of a mindset, right? And I understand the Filipino mindset because we've been there, right? And I understand that once women in the Philippines get to be 30, 35, they kind of get phased out of the workforce and they're kind of considered old, especially to be in public, to work in a lot of the jobs. They kind of get pushed to the back and pushed out, which is strange to me. From a business standpoint, I would rather have a 40-year-old who's been doing the job forever and knows what she's doing because she's going to be more efficient and more effective. But I think in the Philippines, they want the looks up front. So that's why a lot of them think they're too old. I mean, I've heard the same thing from my wife a lot about this, about, my God, you're half my age. You're not that old. So you just got to keep encouraging them. And I know it's hard for them I know from being a college teacher, right, that it's really difficult sometimes to go from high school, waiting a number of years, and then getting back into school. It can be a challenge, but it can be done. It just takes a lot of work. But then the other thing I know, Hillbilly, is this. Sometimes it's good not to push too hard. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. And if they're not going to drink, they're not going to drink. So then you pivot and do a different direction. Because part of what we got to find out with women is where do they want to be? Where do they want to go? And then we help them get to that. Because then they have the motivation to do it. So I understand that concept about a lot of Filipinos thinking they're too old. Until they get to America, right? And then they realize 30 years old in America is young. And then they realize that they're prettier than the American girls and their heads get really big, right? They go, ooh, we be prettier than these American girls. No wonder American men want us. So my wife is over there smiling. But I understand all of that. Okay, wait a second. It helps her when the baby's born to go to Manila and get her Social Security card, and she will get an American passport because the baby's now going to be a dual citizen. So the baby's going to be an American citizen, which allows her to become a permanent resident, not a citizen, but a permanent resident, if I remember right, because she's the mother of the baby, legal mother of the baby. She gets to become a permanent resident of America, if I remember right.
It's changed now.
Well, he's agreeing. He's saying, yeah, that's kind of what it is.
What? The girl is what?
The wife, his wife, when she has the baby, that's an American baby, his baby, when the baby's born, they register it in Manila as an American born, yeah,
But the parent,
can get a passport to come to America.
no, not yet. They changed the rules.
It takes 4 months, he says.
They changed the rules, my
Well, he's talking about what he's doing right now.
You need to process the wife. It's not because you have American children, you're American.
No, but she can get her. So, and that's what I was wondering, Hillbilly.
Change it, remember, Trump?
Well, but now it's, who knows? So she does, so you don't, if you wanted to bring her to America,
She needs to be a spouse visa.
right, I'm getting there, Lorelai, let me answer the question. So if you wanted to bring her to America, she would have to get a spouse visa, right? Okay, so even with the baby, she has to get a spousal visa. Okay. That's what I thought. I thought that. So, but the baby gets its Social Security number, American Social Security number, and gets registered as an American citizen, dual citizen.
Yeah, the kid will get a DNA first.
Right. So-
DNA test that his,
Lorelai says the child will probably have to go through a DNA test
yeah.
to verify all of that, but yes.
It's not their don't, anyway, they need a, no matter what, if
Yeah.
you bring a,
But that's exciting stuff.
but his wife been here in America before?
No.
So, yeah, remember,
Because your wife has never been to America, so you haven't done the spousal visa
Hey,
before.
remember Anne? She bring her first child kid was born in the Philippines.
Right.
So they process everything, DNA, get the passport.
Yeah.
But she still need to undergo the process.
Yes. But since she has, well, since she has her Social Security card, the mother has a Social Security card and passport, she can get on that's right, your Social Security pension, which is important to do. But you guys have you done the spousal visa already? So do you already have a spousal visa? The daughter will get $888 a month, which is gigantic money in the Philippines. Nothing here in America, but gigantic. So does she already have your wife already have a Social Security card from America? Or does she get that after the baby's born? Okay, so she's never been here. I know I'm asking you a lot of questions. I ask a lot of questions because when I talk to others, I can say, hey, here's something we learned, something we talked about. And, okay, so she's applied for the spousal visa. Good. But has it been approved? Or you're still in process? Baby first. Gotcha. All right. That's right. You get the baby done. You get the baby done. Then you go and register the baby as your baby, as an American citizen. They jump through all the hoops for that. And then you work on the spousal visa. And the baby should help that out. And that allows her to get a green card and a passport, which makes her easier to collect Social Security on you. Yes, I would agree with that. Everything I've ever heard from anybody, if you're in this situation, have the baby, get that done. That makes getting the spousal visa go easier and faster. So that's what I've heard too. But you don't have any intentions of living in America, right? So is she going to live in America, Or are you going to go to the America or the Philippines? Yeah, 12 months if you're lucky. Some of them are taking 24 months. I talked to some people the other day that they're at month 22. And they used Rapid Visa, which is a very good company. I trust them. I know them. I've used them. And it's just taken a long time. Baby gets 12 months due to the baby. Okay, that's good. So what we're saying is the baby will help make sure that it's 12 months or so. Will speed the process up. Because even right now, I've been talking to people that the K-1 visa is taking a year. We got a friend who his wife's been here a year and a half. That K-1 visa took a year. But I talked to somebody the other day who was frustrated with the K-1 visa process and how long it's taking, and he's at a year. And I told him, I said, man, you just got to be patient. You got to understand, you got to be patient. And it's worth it in the end, you know. And it can be. It can be. Before, you know, when Lorelai came to America, the rule of thumb was this. K-1 visa, 6 months. Spousal visa, 1 year. We did the K-1 visa with Lorelai, and it took a little bit less than 6 months. Well, that was 11 years ago. And before the government kept sticking their nose into things. So now it's kind of just, maybe with the new administration, things will get better, or maybe they'll get worse. I don't know. But whatever they do, what I wish they would do is figure it out in a timely manner, get it set up, get it done, and then just move people on. Either say yes or no. K-1 can be up to 18 months. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. So what I'm curious about is how did we go from 6 months to 18 months in 10 years? What has happened that messed up a process that could be done in 6 months and turn it into 18 months? Yeah, your wife, you can do the spousal because of the baby. That's correct. Otherwise, the spousal visa would take you about 2 years. Liberals, yeah, the crazies. I get you, you know. But it was working. You know what I mean? We got 10 people watching. Thank you all for being here watching. If you're in the background, feel free to come up and join the conversation. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. Always need to throw that out there. So that's what I mean. It's kind of kooky, right? And we can get on the old thing about, hey, if you want to come to America, just cross the southern border and you're good to go. But but when you try to do it right, it does seem like, and it's frustrating to somebody like me, who I did everything the right way. I paid the fees. I waited the time. I gave them every living document they ever asked for. You know, they looked at every tax record I ever had. You know, my home ownership, everything. And we got approved really easily, but it only took 6 months. So why isn't it, you know, I don't know. It's frustrating. So back to that. You're having a baby girl. So do you have a name picked out for the baby girl yet? I bet you're excited about seeing the baby. But yeah, if you like the Philippines and you can find enough stuff to do there, if you're comfortable there, let her name it. There, yeah, that way you don't get in trouble, right? Let her name it. That way you don't, if she needs advice, tell her, I know a good name. My wife has a good name. I'll pick the middle name. Nice. They do sometimes have some strange and weird names. Sue is going to be her middle name. That's nice. So it's going to be Lorelei Sue. All right, see, that sounds good. Lorelei would like that. Yeah, a boy named Sue is all I can think of right now is Johnny Cash. Boy named Sue. But Sue's a good name. I think what helps, and a lot of people don't understand this, is I think when you name a child a really weird name, it hurts them as they go through life. You gotta, I really believe this, and I know maybe it's not good, but when you have a name that everybody can understand easily, I think people accept you easy. You know, it's easier for them to accept you. Yeah, our weird four names, I know, I know. Hey, Emmanuel's here. Bonjour from France. Hello from France, our good friend says. How's everything going in France? Thank you for being here. We appreciate that thumbs up. Star Heartfelt's in the house. Thank you for being here. You guys say hello to each other. It's really important for me on my streams that everybody gets to know each other. If you have a channel, let us know about that. And we can see if we can't go and support your channel. But let me know what's going on in France. How's things in France this time of the year? Would I want to travel to France for a vacation this time of the year? Star, how are you? How are things in your part of the world? Which part of the world are you in? Don't give me your address or anything. Just kind of give me a geographical location. Hillbilly is saying hello to you all. Appreciate that. But yeah, it's a interesting concept, you know. And I know they do a lot like the Hispanic names in America. They got 1, 2, 3 names. I'm good. I'm in America, and guess who's going to Disneyland? Woohoo! Disneyland. You? Would it be you? Would you be the one going to Disneyland? We're also in America, by the way. So just so you know. Our good friend Emmanuel's in France. He's probably having cheese and wine. So are you excited about Disneyland? All right, we've been to Disneyland. We've been to all the parks in Florida. When we've been there. So what excites you about Disneyland? Yeah, Disney World is California. Disneyland is Florida. So it's expensive, I can tell you that. Man, it was expensive to go. But we went. We had a good time. I recommend, what I recommend, which is crazy. Most people think I'm crazy. But I think it's best to be there in the evening time when sun sets. Because they do lights and shows and different things that are really cool than the daytime. So I would go at night or in the evening. Forget their Disney. Oh, yeah, they got a Disneyland in Japan. That's right. I would love to go to Japan. You're right. I've never heard of anybody going there. But and I've seen, I don't even know if it's still open. But I'd like to go to Japan. It's on my bucket list. I may not get my bucket list, but it's on there. It's in there. But we've been to Disneyland in Florida. We've been to the Kennedy Space Center in Florida, which was really cool. The Space Center was better than Disneyland. Just telling you. If you like, you know, cool sciencey stuff, the Kennedy Space Center was way better than Disneyland. Oh, they got one in Paris? I didn't know that either, man. So Disneyland has been spreading the woke ideology all over the world. They are crazy. But I think we went about 5 or 6 years ago, and I think we had to pay almost $400 each to get in, including parking. Disneyland Paris was nice when I was in the Army. All right, so you got to see it. Cool. I wonder if it is you think is it a smaller version of Disneyland like in America? I mean, do they kind of shrink it down to be just kind of like a taste of Disneyland? Or is it the full scale thing? That's what I always wonder. Same thing with Disneyland, Disney World in California. I've never been there, but my impression is maybe they just made a smaller version of it. Full size? Wow. Man, they got the money, I can tell you that. I had a friend, a safety expert friend of mine when I was teaching. I can't remember who she worked for here, but she got a job at Disneyland in Florida being a safety director. And about a year after that, she called and offered me a job as a safety director at Disneyland, but I turned it down. I should have probably took it, but I turned it down. Is a entertainment resort. All right, wow, 32 miles east of Paris. So it's a little bit from Paris, but 20 miles, that's not bad. 10, 15-minute drive with good traffic. So is it popular, do you think? I wonder if it's popular. I wonder which one's more popular. You think the American version is more popular? I wonder which one gets the more business. Now, we haven't been to Paris, but we'd like to go. Lorelai would. But we did go to Las Vegas and stay at the Paris Hotel and Resort. Wow, 115-acre theme park. That's pretty good size. I think it'd be fun to go to that one because I wonder if I went to the Japan one, would I think this is like an Asian version of Disneyland, or would I go there and go, oh, this looks like Florida? You know what I mean? So I wonder if they do more anime and more of those, stuff like that the fat cat thing, the kitty thing, or whatever you want to call them, Hello Kitty. I wonder if they do more of that type of traditional Japanese style versus the American style like we would see down in Florida. I wonder how they do that. But we would go back. I mean, that's what I mean. We've been to Disneyland. We would go back, but this time we'd go back later in the day and stay through the evening. We learned that. We got there early and stayed during the day. And then we got really tired by the time 5, 6 o'clock came around, we went home. So I would show up about 3 or 4 o'clock and hang out all evening. But we prefer to go on cruises. We love cruises for traveling. We're big cruisers. We don't get to do it much because of our dogs, and Lorelai likes to work, and we're not independent wealthy yet. We don't make enough money on YouTube to pay for cruises, so we don't get to go on them. But same as one in California, okay. But we love cruises. If anybody's out there and you ever want to go on a best vacation for the money, take a cruise. Take a cruise, take a cruise, take a cruise. And I tell a lot of single American men, hey, if you want to meet a Filipina, go take a cruise. And just start talking to them. They're everywhere. They're single, they're everywhere. You meet them, you take pictures with them, you talk to them, you visit with them, you swap information. And then if the relationship develops, you've already met them in person, so that covers the K-1 visa. And as long as you got proof that you met them in person, you're good. But we like cruises. That's one of our things that we really enjoy. Even for handicapped people like me with a bad heart and bad legs and lungs, cruises can be the best way to travel. You get to go to places that you never would, and they take good care of you. Wife get my Social Security when she's been in the U.S. to get her papers. We'll be in the U.S. in 5 years. Okay, so you're planning to come back to the United States when you get it all worked out. That's great. My wife doesn't regret being here. We've been in the Philippines and here. And I think with my health and my attitude and how I am, I think America is probably the best fit for us. And part of that is because there's more for me to do. Oh, 5 years, then moved to the Philippines. Okay, I got you. So you're going to set up shop and live in the Philippines permanently. We like to go visit it, I think, is what works best for us, because we like to go visit so many other things too. We've been to a lot of different countries and a lot of different places, and being based out of America, I find it easier to do those type of things, to go to different places, and do different things. When you're in the Philippines, it seems to be a little bit harder to travel internationally. Ah, okay, so you're going to do the 6 and 6. Great. That's good. We know a lot of people that do that. And Social Security will do just fine with that. You won't have any issue with Social Security on that. There are a lot of people that have different retirement programs, extras, where they can't be out of the country for more than 6 months at a time or they lose it. So a lot of them do the 7 and 5. 7 in America, 5 in the Philippines. And some of them can't. I know I've talked to guys who have different policies where they can't be out of the country for more than 12 months. So they got to come back to the United States at least once every 12 months to keep that extra bonus money through their business or their workplace flowing from retirement or disability. A lot of that is disability based. A lot of these guys I've talked to over the years, if they're on disability from their workplace, they get Social Security, but they may get a different policy. That policy has rules. Yeah? Oh, so you want to have another baby. So she wants 2 daughters. Well, you can't guarantee that you're going to have a daughter, But, if that's what, if you're into that, look, one thing I tell you, because Philippine women like having kids around them. Part of it is kind of the culture where they truly want somebody to, when they're old, they want to know they're going to be taken care of. So they think by having children, we know a lot of Filipinos have done this. I've talked to a lot of them. Yes, they got to have somebody who's going to take care of them. Have 2 kids, get $1,200 for both on your SS pension. Yeah. And that's really good money on top of what you're going to earn. So you can live a very good life in the Philippines on that money if you manage it well. If you're a bad alcoholic, I don't know. But if not, you can do very well on that. You can. You can give the kids all a good life, make sure they're taken care of, and share a little bit. That's something that we do. We feel like we're financially blessed, so we try to help out different families in the Philippines. Yes. Yeah. Now, I thought the wife had to be a certain age to get your Social Security. I thought she had to be a certain age. No? Doesn't the wife have to be 59 and a half or older to collect any benefits off of you? The kids automatically. But I thought she had to be 59 and a half to collect off of you. I think that's what that reads, because I looked at that for Lorelei. Because would Lorelei collect anything off of me? And sadly, the answer is no, because she's too young. Banking happens with me, planning for the future. Yeah, and you got to do that. You got to plan for the future. And I do the same thing for Lorelei. We don't have any kids. And I work really hard. You have one of these? You're probably familiar with that scar. But yeah, I'm working really hard for Lorelei too. We're trying to get her to the point where she never has to pay a house payment. That's my goal. I want her to have a house that's paid and clear. The only debt we have is a house. I want her to have a house where there's no house payment so that she can easily afford the insurance and taxes and live forever and not have to worry about it. If I die, she has $17.98 a month in the Philippines. Wow. That's because of the kids. We'll get part of yours and what the kids get, right? So that's really good. If I died today, my wife gets nothing except for what we have. Yeah, okay, each kid gets that, yes. Okay. And that's really good money in the Philippines, to be honest. Now, let me ask you a question. You said that she has a couple of kids from earlier. Could you legally adopt them in the Philippines? Which we went through the adoption process in the Philippines. That's why I asked this. If you legally adopt them in the Philippines, then can they go onto your Social Security also? Can you add them and get the $888 per kid that you adopt? Because I think you can do that. I don't know if you guys have thought about that. Widowers for $750, okay. But doesn't she have to be 59 and a half to get that? Or does she get it because of the kids? So it's like my wife gets nothing unless she's 59 and a half, since we don't have kids. Yeah, if I legally, right. So there you go. There you go. Wow, okay. I'm going to have to research that some more because one thing I have found, my wife currently right now would get nothing if I die. Except for the $250 or $225 that they give a one-time payment. That's why it's important to me. Lorelai loves to work and she does a great job working. That when she works, we invest everything that we can, the maximum amount out of her paycheck for her future, her retirement. So I want her to bring home the least amount possible. That way her 401ks grow and grow and grow. And she has money to live. So she has been married for 10 years and in the US 5, okay. So that's what it is, they have to be married for a certain amount of years
7 years, 10 years.
for Social Security?
Yeah.
Well, we've been married,
For 10 years, that he's eligible to get the benefits.
so are you eligible now?
I'm American citizen, so what's your problem?
No, well, I'm just trying to figure out if you're eligible, if you would get anything.
Well, I'm not getting.
No, if I died.
What will I get on you?
I don't know, that's what I'm asking.
Well, with 10 years marriage.
He's saying that his wife would get widow's benefits.
Because they have children, they have underage.
Right.
So they're not married. How long they married?
How long have you been married?
Less than 7 or 5.
No, I think
the
more.
Kids can get
The kids get the Social Security.
yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. And if they adopt the other kids, if he adopts them legally, they get it,
Yeah.
which is good. So,
That's what people doing now, getting kids, because they don't know it's expensive to raise a kids than the monthly benefits of that.
right, because each of his baby's going to get $888.
Yeah.
So,
Tell them the more the kids, they will split the bills. The kids will not get the same as the other one. It depends on his income, 50 or 75, 50 max while he's alive. But if you get dead, they will split it.
yeah.
But it's not like
Ah.
how much it's getting, they get the other one. No.
Yeah, he says that max allowed is 2 children. I got you. So after the 2 kids, then it's the same amount of money. It just gets divvied up.
Yeah, they get
I got you.
subsidized. The amount is the max is the amount they just divided by the children.
Gotcha. All right, so you're only allowed 2, so it really doesn't do you any good to adopt then, right? Unless you don't have another baby. Yeah. So maybe if you don't have another baby, then you just adopt one of the others, or one of the boys, or adopt them both so they both feel good. But you know what I mean. And then you're taken care of. But I've talked to a lot of guys that have done that. They've intentionally, even at an older age like us, got their Filipino wives pregnant because of the money. It's it's not a bad plan, to be honest, especially in the Philippines if you can live a Filipino lifestyle. So, but we don't have any kids, so we don't get anything like that. Wow. Found in a dumpster and was adopted him at 3. Wow. Yeah, when we were in the Philippines, we looked at adoption, but the American me would have to be in the Philippines, I think, for 3 years straight in order to qualify for adopting. Even though Lorelai's a dual citizen, I would have to live in the Philippines 3 years before we could adopt. Now, we could have adopted like her sister's kid really easily. I mean, boom, 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 boom. Sign some paperwork and it's all over. Nice. So she has 3 boys, 2 are hers, and the others adopted. That's good. That's good. And I know they had a program. There was a lot of, when we were there, they talked a lot about with adoption agencies, how they were going to backdate all these children that were taken in by other families who were abandoned, but were not legally adopted. They had an amnesty program where they were going to allow these parents to officially adopt these kids that were living with them for more than 3 years, and they could show proof that they were living there, that they were supporting them, all of this stuff. Then they were going to legally let them adopt them without any hassle. I remember the Philippine government talking about, hey, we need to do something to help all of these people that have taken in all these kids over the years, but they're not getting, it's not legal, so we want to make it legal. So that's a good thing in the Philippines. It seemed like the Philippines was doing a better job at adopting kids than America does. She takes in kids, yes. That's probably because she has a really good heart, you know what I mean? And that's a good thing. It's a good thing. It'll keep you young. It'll keep you active. I'm telling you, as we all know, a lot of the guys that go to the Philippines and they get in that chair outside and they sit down and do nothing, it's a bad thing. But having the kids around will keep you busy, keep you active. We know a lot of fathers in the Philippines are like, they're 60 years old and they got babies are running around. She'll take care of them, the Social Security pension? Yes. Zip is in the house. Dee's in the house. Hey, are you doing a live stream tonight? I'm going to try. I'm going to try to do one probably after 7 p.m. So yes, I am. But thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up if you haven't given us one. We appreciate you always coming in. How are you today, my friend? Kid gets my VA medical. Nice. Okay. That's good. That is good. That is good. So it's exciting for you, buddy. All right, Dee, appreciate you. Hopefully I'll be on. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Have a great day. Don't overdo it, my friend. They have a VA clinic in Manila. I know that. Yeah, I know that one. I've never been in the military, but I hear a lot of the guys talking about the clinic there, and that's where they go to get some. They also have the clinic, but don't they have a business office?
Hey, I will get my pants.
Okay. So what do you want me to do? All right, I will.
Good.
Yeah, show you Santa Claus. Yeah, they're building 10 more bases. And I know we've committed to sending money there to help build those bases and get the training and all of that good stuff. So I think it's a good thing. But that's our Filipino Santa Claus. And I know they're redoing and updating Clark Base, and but right now I believe the Philippines really needs to.
You can put it back to the face.
The Philippines really needs to upgrade their military, their bases, because with all the drama with China and the Philippine Sea, and I know they talked about joint training with Australia again, doing a bunch of more with Australia, the United States, so. And hopefully if they build 10 more bases, but maybe they'll make the VA center better in Manila. Yes. I don't know if they're putting one in Cebu, but you know, Cebu is the next biggest city versus Manila. So I don't know. I know right now they don't have a VA center in Cebu because all the guys I talk to have to go to Manila to get their paperwork done or to get this done or that done. So I know they don't have one in Cebu, but Cebu is a big city. You would think it would be the next logical choice to put a VA center. You know, they have a U.S. consulate there, they have a U.S. embassy there. So, all of those things. Yes. Yep, build them hospitals. Trump says it's going to happen. It's getting, you know, it's getting better. You know, I think there's a lot of excitement going on for normal Americans. Not that I'm normal, but I think there's a lot of excitement going on. I think people, I tell people the other day, I do believe the wokeness has ran its course. I don't think we're going to be seeing a whole lot more of things like Dylan Mulvaney and what Bud Light did. I don't think we're going to see a whole bunch of these people standing up and saying, I identify as TXYZ and a hat. I told people today, I think it's starting to run its course. It's petering out. There's going to be less and less of it, which is a good thing. You know, just get back to normal life. I think they've realized that maybe it's not working so well. And it's definitely not going to work well in this culture. Now that the liberals have gone away, it's not going to work well. Don't spill your food. So I'm excited about that. New world order, right? Things are going to get better. I'm hoping interest rates on our homes go down. I'm hoping gas goes down. I'm hoping, you know, a big tax break. I'm hoping people that work overtime don't have to pay taxes on it. I'm hoping people that get tips, which I don't do. Woohoo! Filipino
I'm going
now.
to work.
Earn that money. Make that money, honey. Earn that money, honey. Work, work, work.
Buy girls.
Oh,
You
Daisy
have to
looked
get
at
hers,
him.
huh?
Yeah, I got him.
To get the eye thing of that.
Yeah. I think it's good. The earned income credit is $6K a child. Wow. That's pretty good. That is pretty good.
Compared to 35.
Yeah, wear a coat. It's going to be cold. What I like is, to be honest, is if he's going to have Elon and Ramaswamy look at the budget and figure out where all of our money's going, it would be really good to plug those damn holes. No taxes on overtime. I agree. You guys shouldn't have to pay taxes on overtime. People that make tips shouldn't have to pay taxes on tips. Just like tips shouldn't be mandatory. A tip is voluntary, but they shouldn't have to pay tax. He's going to stop it. He's working on it. I mean, a lot of things going on already. As you know, being in Kentucky, you're not very far from us. They're already worried. Tax on Social Security. Why would you tax Social Security? That doesn't make sense. All they're doing is cutting your check, right? And so you're taking government money that we put into it, but it comes from a government fund, right? you pay somebody, but then you go, oh, wait a minute, we got to tax you what we gave you, and now we're going to take that money and put it somewhere else and use it for something else. It just doesn't make sense. It's like we're just going to blatantly steal from you and call it a tax. That's what it is. They're blatantly stealing from us and saying, well, you know what I'm saying, we have to tax you. Yeah, exactly. But let's hope this new group of people can get in there and find some money, or at least plug some holes, you know what I mean? That they can stop some of this kookiness, and we can have a little bit better budget. Because the reason we have so damn many taxes is because they keep wasting our money, all this other crap, giving it out where they shouldn't give it. I'm still mad about, out in your part of the country, the east side, the Carolinas, Georgia got hit really hard. What are they going to give them? $750? But we're giving billions of dollars to Ukraine, billions of dollars over here, billions of dollars over here, and you're going to give an American whose tax money you're giving away $750? Kiss my ass. So, government pay the 2 point, pay it back to us. Because you know who they owe it to is us. They've been stealing it and taking it from us and misusing it. So they should give it back to us. We should be getting checks in the mail. I got a study on this a little bit, but I was watching an interview of Donald Trump. And it was, I can't remember who, maybe Joe Rogan, part of his interview was. And he talked to Trump about, well, we heard that you would be up to eliminating the IRS or the federal income tax. And he said, yeah, and I didn't know this. I guess I got to go back and look at this. But apparently at one point in time, there was no federal income tax for American citizens. Trump was talking, and I need to go back and really watch the whole thing, but he was saying, you got to realize back when, man, I can't remember who it was, Coolidge or somebody was president, we got all the money we needed to manage the government by the tariffs on other countries' goods. So then they switched over to collecting money from us, and it's been hell for us ever since. So the government needs to pay that money to us, is what they need to do. They need to, give it back. And I would prefer them to give me a check. I don't want them to say, well, we're going to reduce it by 1%. We're going to reduce your tax by 2%. We're going to gradually reduce the tax rate over the next 20 years, because the next time another president gets in, they're going to go, no, I don't like that. U.S. income was started in 1940. Okay, thank you. See, I didn't know that. I'm sure I learned it, but since I got squishy brain from my coma, I've lost a lot of things. I used to be a really good economics and historian. U.S. income tax was started in 1940, called the victory tax. Yeah. Victory's over. Take it back. Best Seven says, hello, World War II tax. Yeah. And it's turned into a monster, so now it's being misused for what it was intended for, right? Best Seven, how are you today? How are things in your part of the world? We appreciate you coming in and giving us a thumbs up. We do indeed. I hope all is well in your part of the world. What is going, tell us one thing on your mind. But I don't know, it's kind of hard to take the cookie away from the kid when the kid has the cookie, right? And that's what our tax dollar is to the American government. It's that cookie, and they're going to hang on to that to dear life. They're not going to give that cookie up. So getting them to give back our money is not going to be an easy one, that's for sure. It's just crazy. We get taxed on everything. And I mean everything. And look, I do recognize that countries like the Philippines, they pay tax. And I think a lot of their tax money gets misused like ours. So it happens worldwide. I would agree. And I'm up for that. I vote for that. Best way to be fair is a federal sales tax. I absolutely agree. The income tax is crazy. It's not right. It's not fair. You know? And I wouldn't even be opposed to a 1% flat tax, period. I don't think they ought to do a 10% tax on us from an income tax standpoint, but I like the federal sales tax. They can make all the money they need by doing that. And that would encourage the government to make the economy better, because then the more we spend, the more they make, right? But the government's never going to do the right thing. That's right. That's right. Everybody pays, no matter if you're a citizen, you're not a citizen. Whatever you buy, you buy. You pay the tax on. So I really like it. I don't know why they don't do it. I think sometimes states charge too much. I think in our little town, I think our state is 7.2, and then you add on city tax, county tax, or this tax or that tax. I think we pay almost 9% sales tax. I don't know how much how much do you think the federal sales tax should be? Because I don't know. I was thinking they should make every state a flat. Every state gets 5%. And then the federal government can have 4%. I don't know. And then within the 5%, the state has to give out to the counties and the local governments. But I don't know what the right amount would be. That's right, they allowed the tariffs and the federal tax. Yeah, it was law, but you know, we don't follow the law here. We don't do it. We don't get involved. I mean, we shit all over what the founding fathers did, without question. And what a lot of politicians have missed the boat on is they don't understand. Part of what the groundwork that was laid is what made us where they could take advantage of us. It's got us to the point we're big enough, we're bad enough, we have a good enough economy that the latest politicians could rob us. And if it wasn't for the forefathers laying out the strategy that's good for the country, which should be good for us, instead of it coming to us, the federal government takes it. The politicians take what we're owed, and they do what they want to do with it. And that's sad. It's very sad. But we'll have to see. I know Trump has threatened his tariffs with Canada and Mexico. Apparently Canada has flipped their opinion, decided they're going to guard their border better. Mexico apparently got a phone call and she changed her mind about the border and the issues that's happening there. So apparently whatever Trump told them worked. And the new border czar, I think his name's Hellman or Holmes. I liked what he said the other day about the sanctuary cities. That I guess the mayor of Denver, Colorado has been out there saying, I'm not going to comply. Not going to comply, and I am willing to go to jail for it. Well, the new czar said the other day, him and the governor, or the mayor of Denver have one thing in common. The mayor is willing to go to jail, and I'm willing to put his ass in jail. So, I think you're going to start seeing a whole lot of people changing their tune, right? It's going to be a lot of people going, oh, wait a minute, we're not going to, like New York, they've already changed their tune about sanctuary city and about tax money where it goes and helping the illegals. So I hope it. I mean, you and I, we're trying to do things the right way in life. I did everything I could legally to get Lorelai here legally, and she is. She's a U.S. citizen now. So I encourage everybody to come to America that wants to, but just do it legally. I know, but how do they get around it? You know what I mean? how do they get around it? And it's just a bad school of thought. They charge it because they want to misuse it. Yeah, the victory tax. And so that's what I mean. So they said, oh, no, it's not income tax. It's called the victory tax. Yeah. That's what it is. So no, we're not charging you income tax. It's called the victory tax. Yeah. We're going to nickname it the income tax, but legally it's the victory tax. Well, victory's over. The victory's over. So we should demand it back. But it's not going to happen. So I tell people every day, look, the best thing we can do is try to figure out how to make our own little world super good. And that's what you're doing with your family and the Philippines. You make your own world. Lorelei and I are doing that. I'm working very hard to try to make enough money on YouTube and other little side hustles so that we can have a house that's paid for. And that's our dream, to have a house that's paid for down in Alabama or Florida. We can't afford Florida because the cost of living is too high. We like Florida, but the carrying cost of insurance and taxes is too high. So we like Southern Alabama. So we want to live in Southern Alabama and be debt-free in Southern Alabama. That's how I make my world happy. And that's how we go on cruises and travel and do things, by not having a house debt. Tax was eliminated in the Individual Income Tax Act of 1944. It's sad, but it tells you right there that there's no way that we can trust the government. I tell people all the time, you can't not trust the United States government. If you're a U.S. citizen, we can't trust what they're saying. And the sad thing, the world we live in today, we can't trust anybody. Or at least I feel that way. You can't trust the police. You don't know if your doctor is truly doing what's right for you, or if he's doing right by the medical center or company that he works for, because he's supposed to do this, and this to make money for them and make money for himself. So there's times I don't know if my doctors are doing what's best for me, but what's best for their bottom line. You don't trust the police. I don't trust the mayor, the governor. We can't trust people. So what do? We protect ourselves the best we can and hope for the best. That's what we have to do. All right, my friends, it's 3:55. I think we're going to start. Ishmael's in the house. What's going on, everybody? We're just talking about taxes and birds and dogs and cats and anything else. Anything. What's going on with you, my friend? How are you? But that's how I feel. I don't trust anybody, doesn't seem. I'm not paranoid about it, but I believe what people say about this much. I know. Well, the Democrats, I feel, have this grand plan to allow the illegals. They're hoping the illegals will become Democratic voters. So they know that they're not popular, so they're going to bring in a new populace, illegals, let them become legal, let them vote for them. That's the strategy. And it's crazy. I'm intrigued by the New York City health insurance assassin. Oh, I know. That's a little tricky. I don't know. I haven't read the news today, so I haven't followed it. But I don't know what they're talking about. Are they now saying it's a hit? A hit? Or is it a crazy guy? Or is it a family thing? So what's the latest? The government's first and only is to protect the border. I agree. It's definitely a hit. So, but was it, a paid hit? Was it like a political assassination type thing? Was it somebody who was just crazy and disgruntled with them? Or disgruntled with the company? You know, those type of things is what I was wondering. Constitution says U.S. Army was formed to protect the U.S. and its borders. I know. Diana says, hello, everybody. Everybody say hello to Diana. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. Diana, I am going to go live again later tonight. I just did kind of a pop-up this afternoon while sitting here watching Lorelai get ready for work. Ismail says, what's up, Diana? So yeah, we're going to do another live stream tonight. Thursday night's usually my 7 o'clock live stream. But yeah, I haven't read what they're guessing. But what I mean is, I don't know if it was somebody who's disgruntled with the healthcare system. Maybe his mother died of cancer, and so who better to kill than the CEO of the company, or if it was more of a targeted hit. Because from everything I can tell, the guy kept a very low profile in life. So he was down on the low. He wasn't down low. He wasn't in the media. He wasn't saying a lot. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I think it's somebody who's pissed off because one of his companies didn't pay for a treatment or this or that, and so he assassinated the guy. That's what I think. Because I can't see him being a political target. What is anybody going to get from killing him? It's not going to change anything. Article 4, Section 4, protecting our borders under the U.S. Constitution shall guarantee every state in the... Yeah, I agree with you. You know, and it's sad to me that states like Texas take everything on their own, and the federal government fights them on it. I don't understand that. The federal government should protect our borders, and they shouldn't have a problem with the states doing their own job. You know, that's what bugs me. I think the people down in Texas have done a good job, and they should be allowed to do a good job. And our government has done a lot to interfere with that, I think. Well, friends, it's about 4 o'clock. Why don't we wind this short one up? Diana, I appreciate you being here. Ishmael, come back tonight. Diana, come back. Hillbilly, come back tonight. Congratulations on the future baby. We're really excited to see the pictures, and anything your wife wants to share, just send them. Lorelai would be excited to see that. But I'm going to get off of here for a few hours, come back about 7 o'clock tonight, and do another live stream for tonight. So, but everybody, I appreciate you being here. Appreciate all the thumbs up. Dennis, I know if you're in the background, thank you once again for all the memberships that you gave out today. We appreciate that more than you know. Diana, hi, bye. We appreciate you. Make sure you come back tonight. See you guys. Take care.